It is time for us to finish this game. It is time for us to collect the last 4 pages of koi. We need to complete this collector's guide. So we're going to do just that. We're going to work through pages 9 through 12, collecting even more unique koi than ever before. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of water as we create some of the prettiest koi I've ever seen. Hello, my name is Lacon, and welcome back to our cozy little zoo. And I can't believe we're already at the end. But I don't think this is going to be our last koi farm adventure, because this game has been the most fun and relaxing game to play, even if at times I'm confused at what colors we do and don't need, but that's besides the point. But let's not focus on it being over. Let's focus on the fact that we are still in here on page 9, where we only have 2 fish that we need to collect. A solid bright green koi and a bright green koi with 3 orange stripes on it. When I first saw this page, I was shocked. I had to go and confirm that this is indeed how the page is supposed to look, and that it's not some type of glitch. But no, it is correct. There are only supposed to be 2 koi on this page. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm gonna say it's a good thing because it's more spots for us to fill up with our own fish, because we have an uncontrolled koi fish population in our larger pond because, you know, I just can't let go of them. I need them all. And honestly, at this point, it's like, if I don't have too many koi, then who am I? But we'll definitely fill up those extra spots with other pretty fish that we have acquired. Now, there is one thing that this game has fixed since I've filmed this, and that is an update where the fish in the big pond don't all cluster and swim together anymore, which is a blessing and will definitely make playing this game in the future 20 times better. So if you're playing this game alongside me and you're like, what are your koi doing? My koi don't do that. That's why. When it came to making the solid green fish, you would think this is simple. We've learned if you mix yellow and blue together, you get green, all the way back in kindergarten. Yet, that didn't work. And so I had to pull out the breeding guide. And lo and behold, it's white and blue mixed together to get green. I mean, my brain could be a little bit fuzzy about like what happened in kindergarten, since it has been over 20 plus years since I was in kindergarten. But I still remember it being yellow and blue. So yeah, I would have never guessed what I actually needed without the help of the breeding guide. Now, I would have liked to have at least had one episode of playing this game without using some sort of koi farm guide, breeding guide, any and all the sorts. But alas, this game has outsmarted me yet again, that I just need to accept the fact that I am the type of gamer that will always have to have the wiki or a guide of whatever game I'm playing pulled up beside me every time I play it. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I have over 2,000 hours in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I still sometimes need the wiki pulled up. I will never, and I mean never, escape this fate. But if this is the price I need to pay to keep all my K-pop knowledge in my head, I'll take it. I'll take the trade-off. But as we move on, you may see throughout this, pulling fish out of my collection pages and putting in a bigger fish of the same design in its spot, because I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of teeny tiny babies in my collection book. And you can't see the design on those teeny tiny babies. You can't enjoy the beauty of these teeny tiny babies. Not unless you have a microscope. So when I noticed one that can be swapped out, I will be doing that. But it wasn't long till we got the 2 koi we needed for page 9, meaning we could see what page 10 had in store for us, and it was basically deja vu. Except for this time, it was a more darker green koi, and a darker green koi with a lighter green stripe down its back. This page, let's be honest, it makes me feel confident in my abilities of playing this game. Because I already had a darker green koi fish. Yes, it has some orange spots on it, but that's nothing a little breeding can't fix. And then I realized I probably should temper my excitement, because I think this is actually how the game is meant to be played. Progressing and using your skills and the fish you have cultivated from the last page, you know, kind of like Legos stacking on top of each other to make a perfect little picture. Now, did that always happen for me? No, not really, but when it did, like right now, man, does it make me feel so cool. And even if I'm not always good at them, I love a good puzzle. And this is just one big, spectacular koi-shaped puzzle. So these 2 fish, they were just like a waiting game, thanks to the fact that we started off with the correct fish to get the designs we wanted in the first place. And I didn't need to consult a breeding guide or a color guide for this one. And yes, in case you're wondering, I am in fact still bitter about the blue plus white equals green nonsense. Ugh, my kindergarten teacher would be so disappointed. For one, she would be disappointed that that is in fact not how you make a green. And for 2, she would be disappointed for me still holding a grudge against a koi fish game like this for so long. And maybe she's right. Maybe this grudge held me back from reaching my full potential of this game, but we'll never know. Because I will never learn, because we were able to progress to page 11 my way, where we still just have 2 koi to collect. And as soon as I saw these 2, I remember thinking, and even now looking at it, contemplating and being slightly confused on if these are purple fish or gray fish. If you remember episode 2, this is the purple gray debacle all over again. It seems like we have to have a mix-up of colors at least every episode. But seriously, why are these colors so confusing? Why can't they either just be purple or gray and not this like fuzzy middle? I'm pretty sure they're meant to be gray, but I'm gonna put air quotes around that gray because while I can't really argue with what the code and the game says is correct, that doesn't mean I have to be happy with it. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it in my heart. Now, when it comes to these new collection pages only having 2 fish each and every other slot being open for whatever, I would have loved this. Loved this in the beginning. I remember begging to keep and store every single fish I created, but I didn't have that opportunity, hence the massive clump of koi. But now that I have almost finished the game, I think I would actually prefer there to be a lot more specific koi for me to breed and kind of give me a challenge. And I know I say that, as I still get colors mixed up, but it's still not the worst challenge, if we're being honest. Because there's so many different combinations and so many cool designs other people have created. And it's not like we have all the designs and this is all that's there and then we've kind of run out, and so that's why there's only 2 per page. That's not the case at all. So I may need to create my own challenge and try to collect every koi design. But if I'm being honest, I don't even know if that's possible. And maybe all this just feels easier because we have had 10 past pages of knowledge and koi at our disposal. Because it's not like this game has been like the easiest. I would give it a solid 6 out of 10 on difficulty. Because in total of completing all the pages, it took me around 5.5 hours of total gameplay. So I don't know, maybe the purpose of this collection guide is to be just that, a guide to help you get through the game, and then once you've completed it all with the tools and the materials, you have it all to make any type of koi that you want, you know, possibilities being endless. I guess for me, it feels like more of a small ending instead of a loud, wow, look at all we accomplished, because the last couple pages are just too fish. And maybe that's just the accomplishment challenge part of my brain being a little disappointed. But the sandbox part of my brain is loving it. And as we continue, and after a small hiccup of starting with the wrong color, yet again, this time it wasn't purple that messed us up. No. Even though it wasn't as bad as the purple, we knew better than to mess up our purple and our gray. That silly mistake will never happen again. It was the secondary color. I thought it was a pink, but it turns out we needed like an even lighter pink. I wasn't as confused for as long, but I think it should still be noted that the color mistake happened yet again. So we aren't going to harp on it. Instead, we're going to just move on and focus on how seamless it was for the rest of it. To where we were able to finish this page and move on to our last page. Page 12. The ending, the completion of our koi farm collection journey was here with our final 2 koi. We need a burgundy koi and then a burgundy koi with a bright red stripe down its back. We can do this. I believe in myself. I believe in the koi, and our powers combined, nothing will stop us from getting these 2 koi collected. As our challenge comes to an end, it's really important to remember the koi and all the moments that we had with our giant cluster of babies through the rain and through the shine. Oh, and one aspect I don't think I ever talked about much, such a cute little feature of the game, that it would be a crime to not say anything before this is all over. And that's when you move your mouse over the butterflies that are flying around the screen, they move. Like if you disturbed a butterfly in real life, it would fly away. It does the same here. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Doesn't do anything with the koi. It doesn't have any meaning to the game and help you progress in any way, shape, or form. But I just love that little touch, so I had to mention it. This game, it was just what I needed during this time of my life. This game was like a nice cup of tea on a cozy fall day where all the stress, all the worries, all the pain in your life melts away, and for a moment you get to experience the emotion that you so rarely get to feel: bliss. Because when my real life was hectic, This game was a reminder that life is slow, life is beautiful, life continues, and you can start anew. And also maybe it helped me realize that I don't know all my colors as well as I thought I did. But still, we were able to finish this game. We were able to collect every koi we needed and then some, filling up 12 pages, all filled with koi. And thankfully, once you finish page 12, it opens up the rest of the journal to something truly amazing. An open guide to save all of my own fish that I could ever, and I mean ever, want to collect. My hoarding has been rewarded in the end. My hoarding is the winner in all of this. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I do know that Koi Farm has a future in my life. And just like in real life, it seems like the possibilities for this game are endless. But with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me as we played through the complete collection guide of Koi Farm. I'm so glad you were along for the journey with me. It really, really means a lot to me. And I hope you had fun hanging out with me, because I definitely had fun hanging out with you. If you want to see more Koi Farm videos, definitely let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you have any ideas or if there's any other games like this, or maybe not like this at all, that you would want us to play together. Definitely leave all that in the comments down below as well. But don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you know when we go on our next cozy adventure. And remember, you are amazing and wonderful, and you deserve every bit of happiness that you can grasp. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!